You ever just sit down with your friends in a movie theater watching a Marvel movie? And you watching a superhero go toe to toe with a villain, and you like, wow, I could really become the villain and I could throw hands with him and I could beat the superhero up.
It's not possible.
You have no idea what's possible.
Have any of you ever had that thought? Well, if you have, I'm glad that you're here because we're going to talk about Marvel superhero characters that I could beat, and maybe even you too if you follow these strategies. Now, my rating scale is going to be out of something that I call Tony Starks. So if I give something 5 out of 5 Tonys, that means that I could beat that superhero into a pulp. If you get like a 0 out of 5 Tonys, that means that I'm going to lose. So the first one I'm gonna speak about is a man who just got his own solo movie. It's not Captain America 1, it's not Captain America 2, it's not Captain America 3, but it's Captain America 4. I'm gonna be talking about fighting Captain America, not Steve Rogers, but Falcon, okay? Me personally, I think that I'm throwing hands with Falcon and I'm beating his ass, man. If you take Falcon out that vibranium suit, all you got is a 40-year-old man. Now, we all know that Falcon got his vibranium wings hand-me-down from Wakanda. Supposedly he's in superhuman peak condition, one of the best aerial fighters, a proper marksman, cybernetic implant for his BBL, Captain America's shield, but no, none of that mean nothing to me. I'll never forget that scene where Steve Rogers and Falcon was running side by side racing, and you just see Falcon get left in the dust. I mean, granted, he running against a super soldier, so yeah, that's gonna happen. But how about if he run against me? Because Falcon, I don't know if you know this, buddy, but I used to run a 400 in Trek, which means that I was pretty fast. I ran a 51 my best time. First off, he gonna be training. I'm gonna be a new army recruit. I'm gonna be running next to him, right? And he trying to leave Sam in the dust like, okay, soon as Steve Rogers run away and he out the picture, I'm just gonna tackle. I'm gonna tackle Falcon. I'm gonna start beating his ass. A few hits from me, that's gonna be the last thing that he sees. I think that if I actually fought Falcon 1v1, I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 5 Tonys. That's gonna be the difficulty level because he got a little bit something that it might be hard to tussle with, but he is up there in age, which means he's not as agile as me because I'm in my 20s. So if you wanna throw hands, fuck it, let's get it going. Let's go. Do you remember when you had those Hulk hands as a kid? You would just go around punching people. I used to love having those. I'm talking about the Incredible Hulk. But hear me out. Hear me out. Don't just say he get his ass pummeled. I know that. I'm not finna fight him fist to fist, okay? All you gotta do is flick me. I'm gonna turn into straight dust. It's been a recurring theme in Marvel movies now that to beat a villain, all you have to do is simply talk them down. So my strategy to beat the Hulk is to just talk to him. Hit him with that, the sun's getting real low, buddy.
Hey, big guy. Sun's getting real low.
I'm gonna give me a red wig, some black spandex, some red lipstick. I'm gonna be the Black Widow. I'm literally gonna be black. And you know, I have the costume of a Black Widow. So maybe that'll work double time on the Hulk. Bruce Banner, I'm sorry, bro, but your Hulk persona is horny. So I'm gonna use that to my advantage to beat you. I think that's the only way that I can actually potentially beat the Hulk is to tie with him. Cause on one-on-one, when it comes to actual fight, man, who the hell beating the Hulk? I don't think anybody beating the Hulk, okay? It's the Hulk. But he do me like he did Loki in Avengers Tower. He say, Mishka, move.
Puny God.
I be looking like Mark after he fought Omni-Man. So I'm sorry, Bruce Banner, but when it comes to how many Tonys that we get, I'm gonna have to give you like 2 out of 5 Tonys. I'm not beating him on hand-to-hand like I said, but if I talk him down, then that may be a different story, and I'll count it as a tie because technically it's kind of a standstill. He had a checkmate right now. I'm sorry, Hulk, but that's just what I gotta do to you. The sun's getting real low. Bruce, stop putting on a show. Now, a superhero that I think that I would absolutely get pummeled by, I would not stand a chance. Even if I use some raid against him, is Spider-Man, but the Miles Morales version. He got some skill to him, bruh. I don't know if y'all seen the latest Spider-Verse movie, but he escaped an entire spider society of Spider-Men.
And then I looked at my uncle and...
let me guess. He died?
He had his powers in like less than like a year. He must be some type of prodigy to be able to escape out of there. I don't think I can go toe to toe with him. He can go invisible. He got an electric shock. He got spider webs and he got a spider sense. I don't know what I could do against Spider-Man to give me the upper hand. I'm already scared of spiders and arachnids, so that's just like a That's that's a thumbs down for me right there. If you got a dude who can just stick to almost any surface, he can basically beat my ass sideways, upside down, on the ground, in the air. All you gotta do is hang and he can start. There's nothing I can do to stop that except just. I just gotta let it happen. Like Bob Ross said, just let it happen.
Let it happen.
Shit, look, the only Spider-Man that I'm beating is Peter B. Parker's daughter, May Parker, that little baby. I'm beating the Spider Baby. I'm beating the Spider Baby. I'm beating her up. I'm sorry, but you know, Michael Jordan said, fuck them kids. Spider-Man had no powers. He was just his young 16, 15-year-old self. And I think that it would be something that we could actually get jiggy with. I'm not finna be 25 punching the 15-year-old. I'm gonna get a case and I'm gonna get sued. Yeah, I'm gonna say that for somebody else. When it comes to Spider-Man Miles Morales, I'm gonna say 0 out of 5 Tonys. That teenage spider will beat my ass, okay? There is no fucking doubt about it. But back to somebody who I can beat. When I was a kid watching the Fantastic Four for the first time, I was like, damn, Jessica Alba, ooh, she pretty, she invisible. They had that scene where she walking around, she got fully naked so she can go invisible. I'm like, damn. So the person that I think that I could beat next in the fight is Invisible Woman. How can you beat a woman who's invisible? What can you do to stop her? Let me base this next answer off some pure scientific research. Invisible Woman is still a human being, which means that she has body heat. And for me to track her body heat, all I have to do is wear infrared goggles so I can track her body heat when she's invincible, so I can see her move. Right? At that point, then it's GG. Only thing she could do to me is maybe throw a force field, but I can just look. I'm just gonna dodge like this. I'm just gonna dodge your force field. And at that point, we might be throwing hands like an old school roughhouse. I don't hit women. Maybe I'll hold her down so I can have, you know, my girlfriend or my sister come and just get those hits in. So then I'm technically beating Invisible Woman in the match. Also, as far as I'm concerned, Invisible Woman isn't bulletproof. So once I see that infrared, I can just get a big old machine gun. I can take it with me the first time, an AK, a SCAR from Fortnite. I can just start.
But what the hell, boy?
So when it comes to fighting Invisible Woman, I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 Tonys because I don't think that it would be too difficult to achieve, right? All she has is invincibility. Now, if she made me invisible, would that hinder my likelihood to get a win? I don't think so, because you really can't see yourself in the first place. I'm not gonna look at every single fist while I'm about to go punch her. I'm just gonna punch. So if I'm invisible, then that actually might be harder for her if she make me invisible to make it fair grounds. The next character I think is Black Widow. In that Black Widow movie, they introduced something to her that was like some type of weird pheromone that the main villain had.
Try your life.
How are you controlling me?
I'm not controlling you, Natasha. But there is a pheromone unlocked.
Stop it. Get some help.
To where Natasha basically couldn't move. She was basically rendered useless, right? When I become friends with the villain and he give me that pheromone for my own use, she try to come and sneak attack me or I go sneak attack her, boom, I throw the pheromone, she can't move no more. But in the movie, she did break out of her pheromone and she ultimately beat the villain. So that's why I'm saying it's gonna be more of a tie. I think that I have like a good 5 minutes where I can get my hits in. Once that 5 minutes is up, she probably just gonna break my neck and snap it, like Superman did Zod in Man of Steel. So that's gonna be a tough tie, but I think that I could hold my own if I had that specialized pheromone that they introduced in Black Widow. I'm gonna give Black Widow like a 2.5 out of 5 Tonys. If she's not completely frozen, there's nothing that I could do to even land one hit on her, okay? I just run by the side of her. But look, if it's the Hulk, he about to run right towards it. He's trying to get that Iceman from X-Men. So his main power is cryokinesis, which is he basically can make his body become full below freezing down to the cellular level. But I have a very easy way to beat him that some may not even, comprehend. If you've never seen the Medea movie Family Reunion, at the end of that movie, they play a game called Grit Ball.
Her husband is beating her, and we would just like to know what we should do.
Bring him into the kitchen and get you a big old pot of hot grits. And when it start to boil like lava, after he done got good and comfortable, you say, "Good morning." Throw it right on him.
If you throw it on anybody, it's gonna give him like 7 third-degree burns. I would invite Bobby over. That's Iceman's name is Bobby. I would invite Bobby over for a nice, charcuterie board and some grits, a brunch, a nice brunch. His family, my family. And while this is going down, I'm just, I'm boiling these hot ass grits. So when the time comes and he least suspect it, I slowly trip and I dump him all on Iceman and he just melts away like the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna give Iceman 5 out of 5 Tonys. I'm beating him up, bro. Omega level, nothing. I'm kicking his ass. Now, one character that's interesting, I think that I could really have a genuine tie with is Tony Stark himself, Iron Man, because him without the suit and his technology, he really is just kind of an older dude, and I don't think he can really throw hands. I mean, when he's fighting Captain America and Winter Soldier, he had to use technology to analyze their fight patterns right there.
Analyze his fight pattern.
Scanning. Countermeasures ready.
Let's kick his ass.
Technology basically moved on its own in the suit, which is fire. I can't technology assess nobody with my eyes. I'm just gonna start throwing hands, and either you catch him or you don't. So Iron Man without the suit, I think it'll be a nice, good match that I'd come victorious upon. I don't think he really has hands like that in day-to-day life. I'm gonna say I'll take that dub. I'm gonna give it a good 4 out of 5 Tonys that I'd beat Tony Stark's ass when he's not in his Iron Man suit. But when he's in his Iron Man suit, the nanotech included, all that stuff, he just can press the button and he turned into Iron Man. I'm gonna say I definitely have a good 0 out of 5 Tonys when it comes to my chance at beating him. I'm not gonna punch metal. What can I do as a human being against a repulsor beam? There's nothing I can do except just get cooked. I'm getting cooked by Iron Man. He beating the shit out of me in that circumstance. I can't do nothing. But the last person I have to speak about that I blatantly just lose to is Quicksilver, not the MCU version that got shot up by saying you didn't see that coming. You didn't see that coming. Neither did you, nigga. The only Quicksilver that I genuinely lose to is the Quicksilver in the X-Men universe, because when he doing his sweet dreams I made a, going back and forth saving everybody, he's stopping time. That is one of the coldest scenes ever. I can't do anything against the speedster that can completely stop time while he running. He running so fast that everybody move like this. That's exactly how my punches are gonna look when I'm trying to fight him like this. Whole time he turning my fist like this. Then he gets gonna, he's gonna come back to real life. I'm just gonna punch myself. That Quicksilver is unbeatable. I can't beat him unless I have my own super speed powers. I'm going 0 out of 5 Tonys. I can't do nothing to Quicksilver that he can beat me with, okay, at all. But yeah, that's my list. That is the Marvel characters that I think that I could beat in a fight. I got some who I would tie with, and then some who would absolutely destroy me. I want to know, who do y'all think that y'all could beat in a fight legit? I want y'all to comment down below. What superhero do you think that you could beat in a fight? Let me know if y'all like more videos like that. There are barely infinite amounts of characters that I could speak about, even in the DC universe, Marvel, that I could talk about, that I could try to, see if I could beat them in a fight. I think it's kind of fun because at the end of the day, a lot of these characters are just human beings with powers. So if you take the powers away, then what would they be? So let me know if you like this video, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. I'm Fonzae.